Stop messing around! Can you please see if that's where the draft is coming from?
Well, what if it is, Toad? What the hell is Luigi supposed to do about it?
Okay.
I think that if it was where the draft was coming from, Luigi would have reacted by now.
Beforehand, he wasn't looking close enough to see if it was where the draft was coming from.
Wait, wasn't the whole reason Luigi went up there for you because you said your legs were too short to climb up here? And then you mocked Luigi for being afraid of a rat? Which is a giant-ass fucking rat, by the way.
You'd be surprised what people can do when they don't realize what they're doing. Also, no subtitles for that last part.
Luigi, do you have any idea what's going on? No, of course you don't.
Oh, the Luigi bashing is starting early, I see. Not even 10 minutes in, this Benoit ball has something to say.
Okay, that's it. This is game numero 5, and you still don't get the running gag. I am done trying to convince you.
Am I seeing double?
I mean, I understand why, but it's hard to say you're seeing double when one is presumably occupying a 3D space and the other quite literally is made out of paper.
Yeah, paper that looks exactly like Princess Peach.
Opening that book sent us all flying out of our world and into this one.
So, the world of Paper Mario is technically a fictional world inside of the world of Mario and Luigi? I mean, not that this makes the paper versions any less real, and we all sort of knew that this all takes place within a book, but I figured those were just stories, not an actual world inside the book.
I don't understand what the sin is here. Just as Sticker Star fully embraced the paper part of Paper Mario, Paper Jam embraces the storybook nature of the first 2 games. What are you sinning?
Yes, it's quite a pleasure to meet you too, Mario. Mario, you never speak so formally with me.
What can I say? Our man likes them flats.
I'll give you this much, that almost made me laugh, but it's still a sex joke that didn't land. When have they ever landed?
Huh? Mario and Luigi? You guys look weird. Like, rounder or something. Oh, of course, I must be dreaming. That would also explain why Luigi's looking so capable.
I don't know if that's a reference to Dream Team or just a general jab at Luigi, but hey, asshole, you realize that the Luigi from your world saved Princess Eclair from the Waffle Kingdom, right? And that he was one of the 4 heroes of prophecy?
No and no, because the Waffle Kingdom was in a completely different country, and the 4 heroes were dimension hopping in Super.
After all, it's us versus 2 Bowsers and all their minions. Well, I'm sure once you find Mario, the scales will tip back in our favor.
And Luigi too, right? And Luigi too, right?
This is probably a bit of a hot take, but I honestly don't see how Paper Luigi would have made this game better. Story-wise, Paper Luigi has almost never been important. Think about it. He had a side plot in Thousand Year Door, which had little, if any, significance to the main story, was barely even in the first game, and was just a cameo in Sticker Star. The only time Paper Luigi ever had any real significance was in Super, and like I said, they were dimension hopping in that game, so it's not like anyone from the Paper Mushroom Kingdom would have known about it. Gameplay-wise, he'd probably make things worse. Given that you control Paper Mario with the Y button in this game, Paper Luigi would most likely be controlled with the X button, meaning you have to keep pressing all 4 face buttons during combat. Does that sound comfortable to you? Give Partners in Time a little credit. At least you were controlling 2 characters at once with 2 buttons. Granted, the babies had their own buttons, but aside from the brothers' attacks, you were still only using 2 buttons, not all 4 at once. Sure, it kind of sucks that he's not in the story at all, but given how this game is designed, he wouldn't have worked. At least it's in the sound test.
Now, let me just make sure I have the right number of mushrooms. 10, 20, 30... Uh-oh. What's this? I seem to be one regular mushroom short. My manager's gonna freak out. What's that, Mario? You'll give me that one? Thank you so much. Now I can finish making this delivery. Here, I've got a special mushroom you can have. Just a small token of my appreciation.
Wait, doesn't that mean you're now one special mushroom short? Are you sure this mushroom doesn't belong to anyone?
Here we go again with you just assuming you know things without actually thinking. Since this toad isn't bothered by giving you the mushroom, it means he has enough special mushrooms to spare.
That guy just stole a whole bunch of bros attacks! Without those, we're doomed! It's all over for me, for you, for this kingdom, and for this game too!
Breaking the fourth wall.
Okay, in the comment section of the last video, one of you actually said that maybe Charriii5’s breaking the fourth wall because of bad instances of that happening. The problem with that is that moments like that are rare, and if they do pop up, it's usually just one moment in the entire game. This game does have a little bit of meta humor to it, but one of the main positives of this game is its sense of humor. So just like with No More Heroes and the other meta games you covered, which trust me, I'll get to, you're sinning something people like.
Oh, hi there! Look at what I made! It has lots of interchangeable parts, so it's super versatile! And it only took me 3 hours to build!
I didn't know Lego Mario was from Paper Jam.
Logan makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the game cliche.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's a Paper Bowser Jr. but no Paper Luigi?
Right?
Charriii sends the same thing twice cliche. Also, again, no subtitles.
Mario, what the f are you doing? He's not even your stepbrother!
I swear these sex jokes are gonna kill me someday. He's trying to pull him out of the wall, you disgusting pervert!
Oh dear, I know that laugh all too well. I guess it's that point in the story.
Oh, come on. I know this game's kind of meta, but that's just too on the nose.
Well, straight from the horse's mouth. You admit that this game is meta, and yet you sin it for being meta. People like this about Paper Jam, so shut your damn trap.
You sound different than usual, princess. Did you catch a cold?
Oh, I'm so scared! Mario, help me!
You know what time it is. Kidnapping time. And nothing gets in the way of kidnapping time!
Whoa, dude! I genuinely do not believe either Bowser is smart enough to have known that those were decoys. We're talking about a guy who once accidentally sucked Princess Peach into his body and then somehow had no idea she was in there, and the other got fooled to thinking that a poster was the real Princess Peach. And that was them at their best!
I love that you somehow both know and don't know who you're dealing with. Both of these guys have kidnapped Peach enough times to know what she really looks like. After all, one of them found out where she was based on her perfume in the last game. Besides, Bowser had blacked out during his rampage in Bowser's Inside Story, and the poster in Thousand Year Door looked exactly like Peach. Finally, you guys can disagree if you want, but whenever a villain's demoted to comedic relief, in my opinion, that's them at their worst. It's one of the reasons why I like this game, because the Bowsers are actual villains while maintaining their characters.
Why are we doing this again? Just move to the side.
Why did you guys go to the Sonic the Hedgehog school of running away from things?
And if they did, PD wouldn't chase them. Why?
Oh no. This is what the whole game is gonna be, isn't it? Just us doing mini-games to rescue toads that actively run away from us instead of just finding them in normal gameplay, disrupting the flow of what otherwise would be a pretty okay game.
Yep.
Hey, the Paper Toad missions aren't bad at all. If anything, their fun breaks from the normal game. Besides, Paper Jam is still a good game regardless. Not great, but still good. Wait, I just realized. Logan said himself in his Buster Mess video on Paper Jam that he liked the Paper Toad missions.
I like the Toad missions. Sue me. I didn't find them that intrusive, and a little hide and seek brings a shade of variety I didn't know I wanted.
Really? Then why is he agreeing with Charriii? Because he's got Logan on a very short leash and isn't letting him off until the video ends.
You know what's weird? Paper Bowser Jr. is the only character with puppet animation like in the classic Paper Mario games, despite only being in the modern ones where they shifted animation into a more frame-by-frame stop-motion kind of look, like everyone else in this game.
And that's a sin. Why? The only reason you notice this is because you're an animator. The rest of us casuals don't give a damn.
As you all know, these videos are more for the sake of comedy than anything else, making fun of games we may or may not enjoy, but it was while I was getting these blocks that it really sunk in. Paper Mario is denoted by a P in-game, obviously standing for paper. And of course they do that to differentiate between the Mario from this world and his paper version. but it just feels like such an appropriate metaphor for what his series had been at the time, and especially in this game. His initials aren't PM, it's just P. Because he's not Paper Mario, he's just paper.
It's not Paper Mario, it's Mario-shaped paper.
In case anyone brings this up, I'm aware of Charrii's insistence on his videos being just comedic, but that bird doesn't fly very far when you realize that roughly 85% of the sins in his videos are dead serious criticisms of the game. What would be a lot more believable is if he were pointing out actual legitimate problems with the game while throwing in a joke here and there to show that he's not too serious. Kinda like what I do with these videos. And for the record, I never claimed to be a comedian, nor have I ever called one of his videos reviews. I treat these videos as what they are, while throwing in an occasional joke in case you all think I'm being way too serious. With that out of the way, is that really a sin of this game, or is that more of a sin for Paper Mario's series? Besides, it's just a symbol for crying out loud, not something really worth thinking about. Still no subtitles, by the way.
What the hell happened there?
I'm guessing you pressed A and then Y instead of pressing A, B, and then Y.
What's the matter, Luigi? What? You can't find the book? The book that's Paper Mario's home? The book that holds the entire Paper Mushroom Kingdom? No, even you couldn't have messed up that badly.
Bitch, we got hit by a fucking cannonball! Give him a goddamn break, Starlo!
Luigi's also been struck by lightning, and it didn't do much to him then, so Starlo actually has a point on this one. Also, you said one word that's not on the subtitles, and one of the words isn't in the right place.
And therein lies the dilemma. If you want your stuff back, you'll have to fight us for it.
Okay, then fight us for it. Oh, you're just gonna leave when it said you could overpower us and throw us back in the cell? Okay.
By scattering throughout the jail, they make it harder for the brothers to get all their stuff back. Besides, I wouldn't say they'd be able to overpower them. While it would be significantly harder to beat them with only counterattacks, it'd still be reasonably possible to win.
Well, I think it's pretty clever to have a part of the game where we're actively unable to attack and instead can only fight back by counterattacking. It's also pretty stupid considering that our only method of doing that is by jumping. You know, the thing we normally do to attack anyway. So, if I can jump, why can't I just jump?
Because counterattack jumping and normal jumping aren't the same thing. I mean, you're not hitting a block when counterattacking, are you? By that logic, you wouldn't be able to jump in the overworld without hitting a block every 5 seconds.
Why did you all jump? That was literally the stupidest thing you could have done when trying to cross a bridge that you can tell is on the verge of collapsing. Why didn't you just send Paper Mario? He weighs like half a gram.
Do you not see the gaps here and here? They were clearly jumping over those as lightly as they could, dingus.
Paper Mario is not that long. There's only so many things Paper can do, and I don't think stretching is one of them.
Hey, Logan. This ain't normal paper.
What's that, Luigi? You think there's something suspicious about that?
Oh, yeah.
You think we should remember this exact spot because it might be important later? Because the sort of adventure we're on always has some sort of foreshadowing device?
Okay, now you're just trying to piss me off.
Charriii sins the same thing a third time, cliche. Also, give me a break. You are the most nitpicky person to ever do CinemaSins style videos. I wouldn't be surprised if being tapped on the shoulder pisses you off.
What's that you're saying now, Luigi? You're worried about all the toads the Bowsers have kidnapped? You think they're probably scared out of their minds?
Oh, no.
You can picture them wringing their nubby little hands with fear?
Oh.
You can hear their high-pitched wails? And their shouts of, "Oh, please, save us, Luigi! We need your help!" Is that what you're saying? Wow, Luigi. That's a terrible scene you're painting. Luckily, it's not very realistic.
Wow.
After all, I'm pretty sure they'd be calling for Mario's help, not yours.
Starlo, can you go one scene without absolutely ragging on Luigi? Bitch!
Well, this is the way it's been since Superstar Saga, so no. Besides, she's not exactly wrong.
Mario, you think this wall is somehow connected to Bowser's castle?
Mm-hmm.
Good thinking. But what I can't figure out is just how they're connected.
Are you fucking kidding me? You don't know how a wall with Bowser's face on it could be connected to Bowser's castle?
Bowser actually has control over more locations than just Bowser's castle.
So, I don't hate the battle card system in this game. It's very customizable and can be very useful with the right setup. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way in the sense that I feel like the only reason they exist is to have a tie-in with Paper Mario and his eventual battle card system from Color Splash. But considering both games were developed by different teams, maybe it was just a coincidence? Either way, it's weird because they replaced the badges, and both the Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi series used to have badges, and now that they're crossing over, this is the one Mario & Luigi game that doesn't have them.
Hey, at least they did something new in this pretty by-the-numbers game. Also, your subtitles were lagging a bit there. Wow, they are getting worse the more we go on.
If you don't want to think about it too much, just press randomly assign set. And you'll be all set, just like that. All set. Get it? That was totally on purpose.
Charriii sends a pun, yet continues to make them cliche.
I wonder where Mario is. And of course, Paper Mario and Luigi. If your Mario is anything like the Mario from my world, I'm sure they're both fine. Oh, they are very capable, aren't they? And so caring, especially toward Luigi, who, let's face it, is Luigi. Well, Luigi tries his best, but...
Yo, princesses, what the fuck? Both of you have always been super nice to Luigi. Where is this coming from?
They're nice to Luigi because they don't want him to be upset. Now that they're alone, they can share their real feelings about Luigi.
I'll try to explain this fast so you can get to the saving me part. I'm as anxious as you are to move on, but please don't press the R button and press forward. Okay, let me cut to the chase. You did indeed defeat Petey Piranha. However, this here is the paper version of Petey Piranha. The whole paper enemy situation has gotten out of control lately. Paper enemies raining down from the sky. Toads weak and trembling with trepidation. Is the picture I'm painting grim enough for you? The Mushroom Kingdom faces its greatest crisis yet.
This is you cutting to the
Faces the
chase?
crisis of two Marios.
You're still talking!
That's the joke.
You suck, McBain!
It's nap time for Wiggler. Oh, I can barely keep my eyes open.
No! Wiggler! Come back!
Oh.
Oh no. Wiggler.
Why are you so sad?
That has got to be the record for quickest metamorphosis ever.
Charriii points out things on the screen, cliche.
An area that's forest-themed where we befriend a Wiggler who transforms into a Flutter by the end, who proceeds to fly us where we need to go, and the area after the forest is a snow area, and we have a floating female partner who speaks for us. Dude, this is just Sticker Star again!
But good.
Bull fucking shit. Wigglers are commonly found in forests. The Wiggler and Sticker Star didn't transport you until near the end of the game, and Starlo has been around since Bowser's Inside Story, so if anything, Kirsty is ripping off her. One similar moment does not equate to, this game is just another game again. Also, you didn't say the first word of your subtitles, and you still didn't give subtitles to Logan. Seriously, we're gonna need to make this a cliche if this keeps going.
Would this have mattered? Because I feel like Mario and Luigi have survived falls like this before. Not that they should, they just have.
If you hadn't done anything, you'd probably send Paper Mario for that too. Besides, I don't think the problem was them surviving the fall. More like them being buried in the snow.
Oh, right. They dropped that just now. Seems important. I feel like we've seen that symbol somewhere before.
Yeah, on literally everything Bowser owns!
Yes, but never on a smaller circular item. Also, she was referring to a very specific location, numbnuts.
So, we'll get into it later too, but bosses are really interesting in this game, and I think perfectly illustrate that this isn't a Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario game. This is a Mario and Luigi game with Paper Mario in it. For the Charge and Chuck Corp boss fight, it's so much easier to beat them with just Paper Mario on his own. Because Mario and Luigi are down, we never go into the 3D chase sequence, and they never use any different attacks. They just do the one where they try to sandwich Paper Mario, which is super easy to avoid because Paper Mario can float. They end up kind of defeating themselves, honestly.
How does any of that make sense? Like, seriously, think about it. How does being able to cheese one fight with Paper Mario automatically mean this isn't a Paper Mario and Luigi game, just a Mario and Luigi game with Paper Mario in it? It doesn't. If you had pointed out the lack of Paper Mario representation, it would have made sense, but something like this does not. Besides, you're clearly showcasing more of your terrible gamer skills by showing that you lost both Mario and Luigi to these guys, who aren't that hard if you just keep spamming Brothers attacks.
God damn. A few mushrooms I can understand. But this guy trips, drops like 20 mushrooms, and then walks past the previous 20 mushrooms he dropped from tripping earlier. How is this guy not fired?
Give him a break. This could be his first day.
That's the medallion for the gate to Bowser's castle! Whew, good thing we got it back. That was a close one. They could have done some major damage with this. Let's not let the boss know about this little mix-up.
Are you guys gonna fight? They're getting away. Why are you not chasing them?
They will. They probably didn't want to damage the medallion. If that thing breaks, they won't be able to get into Bowser's castle.
Oh, I shouldn't be able to do this. That was way too easy.
Oh, come the fuck on. We all saw you try to do that. Glitches and bugs don't count if you have to try to execute them. Well, they still exist, don't they? Only if you make them.
Where did that come from?
I made it!
Right, but how did you sneak it in here? We're in Bowser's castle, for crying out loud. I think we have security and stuff.
Oh, I built it in here!
When?
Just now!
You're answering my questions without really telling me anything. Yeah, that's super annoying.
That's the joke.
Hey, that really sucked!
Mario, save me!
So, I obviously understand how Paper Peach got out of the cage, but how did 3D Peach get out? Did Paper Peach steal a key we just never saw?
Yes.
Also, now that I think about it, the fact that this cage has a solid backside that they could hide behind instead of having more bars is really stupid.
Having more bars means more opportunities for them to escape. That's what's really stupid.
Junior! The princesses were just walking around freely. Hostages aren't supposed to do that. And I don't mean to keep piling on, but do you even see Mario over there? I suppose it doesn't matter now. You finished the modifications of the castle. What's wrong with you? Why you're just lying there?
Guys, the book is still over there.
Yeah, why didn't any of you grab it when you walked over here?
Because they didn't notice it before. They were occupied with the princesses and got distracted when the Bowsers entered the scene.
What do you think, Junior? I call it Neo Bowser Castle.
Wasn't Neo Bowser Castle the name of your castle in Dream Team? Wouldn't that make this new Neo Bowser Castle? Oh, Nintendo.
No, because Bowser is the one that decides the names, not you. And again with no subtitles. Can I make this a cliche now? I don't know. This doesn't happen all that often in his other videos, but it's happened quite a lot in this series, and it could always happen again. Okay, what do you got? Charriii doesn't properly edit his videos, cliche.
Oh, bullshit.
You're bullshit.
Master Bowser. I believe that should be the last of Mario and his crew. And I was thinking, perhaps Paper Bowser has outgrown his usefulness.
Yes, he does annoy me to no end. But he's also pretty strong. Nearly my equal.
Well, sir, I did have an idea. It involves that book over there. Master Bowser. Perhaps Bowser has outgrown his usefulness.
See, this is the kind of problem with not calling the Mario and Luigi character something else, because in their own world, they don't call themselves Paper Mario or Paper Bowser. They're just Mario and Bowser. So Kamek telling Bowser that they should get rid of Bowser doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, what would you have called them? Flesh Mario and Scaled Bowser? That sounds awful. Besides, this would only work out of context. You know the context, therefore it makes sense.
Mario's? Luigi. Of course. Anytime I say Mario, there's an implied Luigi. You should know that.
Wow, way to make Luigi feel like an individual instead of an extension of Mario Toadette. Super cool of you, Starlo!
Now your hatred has gotten out of hand. Starlo didn't even say anything and you still blame her. I'm not sure you're aware, but you need to have a reason behind your hatred.
Okay, this is a really minor thing, and not that you ever have to do this, but it can definitely help you get some killer battle cards, but it's so inconvenient to only be able to purchase one amiibo card at a time.
If it's optional and a minor thing, it's not a sin in the game. I've played Paper Jam plenty of times and almost never use amiibo cards, mostly because I rarely need them. That, and I only have one amiibo.
So we take a little detour on this part of the game to go to West Gloomy Woods and do all the King Boo stuff, because we need to get back up to Mount Burr, and to do that, we need to go see Flutter again. We can't get to Mount Burr directly by using the pipes because they're not done with construction at Mount Burr, and we can't walk to Flutter directly because North Gloomy Woods is blocked off by paper terrain. But why couldn't I just use the pipe literally right next to Flutter in order to get here?
Maybe because it wasn't there before, so the brothers would never think to use it? Not to mention, you can only use pipes you've already activated, and unlike Dream Team, this fast travel system works the way it's advertised.
Wow, that was amazing. This is going to make the front page. Now I just need a headline. I've got it! Mario jumps in to save troubled toads. You won't believe what happens next.
Suddenly BuzzFeed.
Logan makes a pop culture reference.
You better hope you don't run into any battles while chasing Nabbit for the final time, because you don't get experience from any of them.
It's Sticker Star over again.
Shut up, Logan. Also, Charriii doesn't properly edit his videos, cliche.
We interrupt Mario and Luigi Paper Jam to bring you Team Rocket's hideout.
Charriii makes a Pokemon ref.
Whatever. I'm not impressed. Time for a real leader to step up to the plate.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah, we never voted on anything like that.
I thought we were operating as a collective trust.
No, if anything, we're a republic. Wait, what am I saying? Who cares? Get Mario!
Fine, but I'm doing it on my own free will, not because you're some kind of leader.
This card increases speed. Larry, we just need 2 Dark Star points to use this bad boy.
You got it, boss. But you just said... Larry.
These are the exact same lines from their previous fight, so you can blame the programmers for that.
Okay, so remember how I said boss fights are interesting in this game, and that the Chard and Chuck core was a lot easier with just Paper Mario? Well, for the shiny Robo Bowser fight, Paper Mario is a liability, if anything. Anytime I would have him alive, it just meant more trouble for me since I had to worry about dodging with 3 characters, and his trio attacks just pale in comparison to the Bros attacks, especially when I can only do them while Bowser's head is exposed. I would clear out all the shiny enemies with a Bros attack anyway, and without Paper Mario, Bowser never chases you in 3D, so there's a huge disconnect between the characters in this sense. And I kinda get it, but it's still frustrating that even if one character goes down, it doesn't matter who, you can't perform any of your best attacks, giving either Mario and Luigi or Paper Mario the advantage instead of making them feel collaborative.
Wow. Just wow. Okay. Where to begin with this train wreck? First, you are lying about the trio attacks. Some of them may not do as much damage as some of the brothers' attacks, but others like the trio kite can do up to 500 damage with lucky hits. The strongest brothers attack can only do up to 400 damage with lucky hits. Second, do you even hear yourself? Seriously, let me play that again.
And I kinda get it, but it's still frustrating that even if one character goes down, it doesn't matter who, you can't perform any of your best attacks, giving either Mario and Luigi or Paper Mario the advantage instead of making them feel collaborative.
But you just said that if one of them falls, you can't perform your best attacks. That's exactly how they're collaborative. It honestly sounds like you want it to be like the Thing system from Color Splash, where if one of the brothers falls, unless you can revive them, you're going to lose no matter what. Does that sound like fun or good game design to you? If it does, congrats, you enjoy pain, and have retroactively made your Color Splash video a big fat lie. Not only that, but it honest to goodness sounds like you don't know what makes Paper Mario Paper Mario. Otherwise, you would have pointed out all the missed potential they could have done with Paper Mario's universe. They could have done things like bringing back Fawful and Dimentio for a potential team-up, have the partners from Thousand Year Door or Paper Mario 64 to show up as cameos, the fucking sticker systems from Sticker Star, anything from Paper Mario. But no, you decided to pick these random situations that are highly unlikely to happen to you if you had any level of competence. Restrain yourself, TS. I am restraining myself. Anyways, all of this feels like you just wanted to make up an excuse to include Shiny Robo Bowser in a sin, just like most of the other final bosses, despite the fact that this is debatably the best final boss in the series. Granted, you don't actively call it bad, but it still gives off the same feeling. In fact, it seems like you just hate every single final boss in this series except for Dark Bowser. And at first, I thought it was because you could actually recognize quality when you saw it. But after the Dream Team video, there is a part of me that is convinced that the only reason you let that one off the hook is because Logan threatened to kill you if you didn't. And because knowing you would have found something to sin. All in all, it looks like my suspicion for Dream Team was true. You are not a Mario and Luigi fan, and you never have been. You are just a random person that plays the games only to yell at them afterwards, thinking that no one's going to care. Well, newsflash, we do care!
And thank you, Paper Mario. They couldn't have done it without you.
Yes, we could, and we did.
She meant in the long run, which he's absolutely correct on, dumbass. Besides, according to the Mario and Luigi rulebook, unless you can beat a boss with every character still alive, it doesn't count as a win. More like a needs improvement award. You made that up. No, I didn't. It's a digital-only book you can read. It's got the official Nintendo seal of quality and everything. I'm looking it up. Do it and you won't show up in the next 5 videos in any form. Fine, but I'm only doing it because one of your next videos is a collab.
How did they fix up Peach's castle so quickly?
They could have been fixing it while Mario, Luigi, and Paper Mario were out. They had time. Hey everyone, Tony Sonic here. Thanks for watching the video, and as always, I hope you had a good time watching. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam was the second Mario & Luigi game I played. And in my opinion, it gets way too much hate. Yeah, it has problems. And there's a ton of missed potential they could have done with Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi crossovers. But still, it's a good game regardless of all of that. Plus, this was made around the time Nintendo had basically forgotten about just what made Paper Mario good in the first place. You didn't exist when this game was made, and neither did your console. But regardless, sometimes you don't really need a big grand story to make a good game. Sometimes you just need a good old-fashioned long-time hero versus long-time villain plot. And it works. Not flawlessly, but it works. With all that said, this marks the end of my 100 subscriber special. And it's been quite a ride despite the moments of sheer rage we've had. But I hope you all enjoyed this series as much as I did making it. Even though there were some bumps along the way. Anyway, my next video is actually going to be the last video I upload this year. After it, I won't upload any more videos until January. What's the video? Well, since we just ended a series, and 2021 is coming to an end, I figured it'd be fitting to talk about the finales of every single Mario and Luigi game. All that said, before I end the video, you probably have already figured this out based on these outros, but if you want to know how I rank all 5 Mario and Luigi games from worst to best, I'll give you a quick list. Superstar Saga, Dream Team, Paper Jam, Partners in Time, and Bowser's Inside Story. That's my list. See you in a couple weeks.